Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm your host Shadorian, and with me is Yasholta. Yashtola. But Grim and Ark are here as well, in spirit.
Howdy.
Sup?
Okay, so I think we've got a duty to do.
Duty.
Duty to
Ho!
Level sync is in effect. The Lominsen Way. I have no
Okay.
idea what I'm in for, but you guys do. I think we'll actually do another primal in this episode.
Oh, I think
If
we'll
not
get
this one,
close.
we're close.
We'll get to the unlock, I feel.
Primals themselves don't take that long, though.
It really does depend if Shade decides to just do story quests or if he gets sidetracked and does other quests. That
That's
is the
it.
deciding factor. Because if you just do story quests,
We'll
yes,
be there in probably like 20 minutes, half an hour, but
You
you
doing-
get distracted.
You're doing that thing again, where you whinge because you've already done them all.
I was doing this last episode, like, well, not last episode, I think it's like 2 episodes ago, from the last episode of our last recording session. I assumed we were all doing quests at the same rate because we were wrapping stuff up, and then obviously people got distracted, and then we all got quests ahead of you.
I'm pretty sure Grim just does that on his own. And you
Whoops.
assumed.
I assume nothing.
You know what
You
they
know
say
what
about
they say if you're
assumptions.
assuming.
They make butts
Awesome.
out of you and me. I'm not sure if we can say the A word this early in.
Yes, we can. We can. I've declared it.
Anus.
Yeah, it makes an anus of you and me.
But it doesn't work because it doesn't spell assume.
Well,
It spells anus.
Anasum. Anasum. I like it. It's better. Sounds fancier.
It's alright, we only got another minute to go.
Don't you anasum me, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
I
don't
forgot what I was
anasum nothing.
Ooh, I only just got that duty done. 5 seconds to self-destruct.
Getting a bit sloppy though.
Sloppy loppy.
Ah, such a beauty.
I feel weird having just shoes on and bike pants.
Why?
I think I'm digging it though.
Growing into it.
He's growing into something.
Brown chicken. Well, oh.
That's not a clitoris. Oh wait.
This is a clitoris.
It's alright, we're nearly at 3 minutes.
But that's a perfectly reasonable, like, that's the scientific name for something. Like, that's okay to say.
Yeah, but you're arguing with the YouTube algorithm, which is not okay.
Which is a harsh and remorseless taskmaster.
Well, I'd like them to fight with science.
Don't. You know, damn well they'll just be like, ah, you're funny. No.
Apparently Taskmaster is showing up in a movie soon.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Weird
But-
movie to show up in. And also
yes
a
and no.
weird movie to make because I feel like it's just because it's Scarlett Johansson that she's getting her own movie. Because she's not that big of a deal, to be honest, inside the Marvel universe. Like, she got, like, what? A very short run of her own comics, and that was it.
Oh, she gets a run every now and again. She got one of her most recent runs was after she got killed / not killed.
Did you hear about the deal between Disney and Sony and Spider-Man?
No.
I've
Tell us,
read
please.
read I think headlines, but I haven't actually looked into it yet.
So, okay, so last year they made a new deal. Like, they had their current deal in place, right?
Oh yeah,
Where
I
it
heard
was
about
like-
that because that was the thing that fucking Tom Holland ended up bloody getting involved in.
Oh, that was the second deal. So that was the first deal before that. The first deal was if
Oh, you're
it
talking about the OG deal.
if it is just a Spider-Man movie with just Spider-Man, Disney get like 5% of the movie profits, and they get, I think, most of the merchandising, and they don't have to pay anything for like the development of the movie. but then if it's in like an Avengers movie with Spider-Man in it, they have to pay for the whole movie. Then it kind of flips the script a bit. Sony make a little bit of money for him being there or something like that. And then Sony were like, nah, we need to rehash this. And then Tom Holland was like, stop getting in the way of the Avengers. Thank you, Tom Holland, for doing that, by the way. So then they made the new deal after that. But now, it turns out that they're kind of still shitty about it. So Sony were like, if you want Spider-Man so bad, give us $10 billion. Which is brutal. I'll put it this way into perspective.
Strong-armed.
Disney bought all of Marvel for $4 billion. All of Marvel.
And they want 10 for Spider-Man alone.
But also, to make things even more in perspective, they bought Star Wars for around a little bit more than that, but not $5 billion yet. They bought 20th Century Fox for $7 billion-ish. So, $10 billion seems like a lot, right? But, if they owned Spider-Man, each of those movies grossed over $1 billion, right? And it seems like, they'd have to make like 7 Spider-Mans to recoup their losses. Spider-Man includes every character in the Spider-Man universe, like Gwenom, like Venom, Carnage, Doc Ock, all of them. There's like 90 characters that are like
linked as part of the Spider-Man's like universe or umbrella.
Yeah, so straight up, 10 billion, pretty good deal. They should totally do that. But at the same time, Disney are like, 5 billion. Sony are thinking about it. Sony bought those movie rights, by the way, for 10 million. So they would be making a lot of money back on that return.
Well, the question is, how greedy are they going to want to get? I mean, the fact that they've had to renege on their deal again, and they're like, nah. It's not really showing faith that they're going to hold this deal either. They might go another year. You know what? No.
If I was Sony, I kind of wouldn't want to let go of it at all, because it's like a fucking cash cow. That'd be like selling your cow and then being like, damn, I need milk to live. But at the same time, you know, it is a Marvel IP, and Disney want all of the properties, because part of the reason they bought 20th Century Fox and Fox in general is now they own the Fantastic Four again.
Yeah.
And the whole cosmic universe. So once they've got Spidey, they've got all of Marvel. They already own Howard the Duck.
Yeah, it's why they keep dropping him in Easter eggs all over the place.
Where is this? Man, I don't want to do a beach party. Nix that, okay.
They're offering what? Wait, they're putting Easter eggs of who?
I'm reading a quest now. So
I'm
never
asking
mind.
you.
Oh, wait. Oh. Easter eggs. I want Easter eggs.
Yeah, Ark was saying something about they're putting Easter eggs of someone and everything.
Oh, no, I'm saying there's Easter eggs of Howard the Duck throughout the Marvel movies.
Who's Howard the Duck?
Who's Howard the Duck?
He's a duck named Howard.
It seems pretty straightforward. I don't see what's so hard to understand.
I get that aspect of it.
I love this conversation.
I get that it's probably a duck named Howard, but who is Howard the Duck?
Who is Howard the Duck? We told you, man. His name's Howard.
What is the significance of Howard the Duck?
He's the duck.
He's a sentient duck that can speak the human language.
I'm really kind of waiting for the point where you just give up on this. But I need more information. That's it. That's all of it. He's a duck. His name's
Georgie,
Howard.
help me.
He doesn't know. Hardly anyone knows. Well, a lot of people know, but you're not one of them.
Georgie, I believe in you. Pull through for me.
Howard,
Also, if you're
Howard the
watching this
Duck
and
is like fairly old, man. There was a movie about it. It's not a Marvel movie. It's kind of like a joke comedy movie. I can't remember if he was like a detective or something. I can't remember.
Detective, yeah.
Yeah. So he's like a sentient duck in a human world. just because. And
Okay.
they've had him in like a lot of crossovers and stuff just because.
Yeah.
Man, I hope Disney buy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Imagine if Disney buys Warner Brothers.
Jesus.
Because Warner Brothers owns DC.
DC. Yeah.
And then if they own the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, there's your crossover. There's your Deathstroke vs. Deadpool. There's your DC vs. Marvel.
Well, bloody.
There's good fucking DC movies.
Minus spoilers for the end of Doomsday for Clock. But bloody, at the end of that, they hint that Superman's gonna go up against Thor in a few years.
But that's a different universe.
That's the point. Everyone's like, what the actual fuck is going on?
How could you even...
They even, like, because it's in a panel, like, because it's Dr. Manhattan explaining a little bit about Superman's future, so it's talking about the upcoming crisis that's coming up next year. And then it goes into something, and then he literally talks about Thor. He's like, I know he will go up against Thor.
Okay. Hey, wait, I'm gonna do a Grim right now. Okay.
Okay.
Every time he says okay, I get that bloody blank face of One Punch Man, where he just has like full on just like deadpan, like slit fucking line, just okay.
Excellent.
Is that exactly what you were going for?
Someone's got to go for something.
Hey,
Someone's got to aspire to something in this group.
I like One Punch Man. I haven't watched the second season yet. I just finished watching Kill the Kill though.
The second season of One Punch Man is not as good as the first, in my humble opinion.
I kind of figured.
It was still very enjoyable, but I believe they've changed studios that make it. And
They
it's
changed
just not
what?
quite the same. The studio that makes it.
Oh, okay.
It's no longer the same studio that made the original one.
It wasn't that I
So-
couldn't hear what you said, it was that it was garbled because of your internet.
It's probably because my mic was also away from my mouth because I was drinking something at the same time. Whoopsies.
Multitask, bitch.
But yeah, so it was it's a different studio making it, so it's not quite the same throughout the fight scenes. It's still enjoyable, just not
You should move
I don't
your
know.
mic slightly away from your face.
slightly away.
Because you are quite loud now.
Is that better?
Yeah. Like, your volume was fine before, it's just like, I don't know what your internet's doing today, but it's not the things.
It's being a piece of shit. 'cause
Too
it's
many
Australia.
people at home. Just go around a few people home. Just go, hey guys, are you on internet? Yeah, no, get off. Get off.
There's no one home.
I think he
It
means
is
like
just
your
me.
I'm
neighbors.
talking to your neighbors. Get all them off their internet too.
Oh, I see. Let's just go cut their internet.
Throw pieces of meat at all the men. They'll be like, oh, look, steak. They'll be like, 60% of your problem sorted.
But if you throw steak at the girls as well, they'll be like, oh, yuck, steak!
Haha, steak has
Yep.
fixed our problem.
But then they'll go on Facebook to complain about it.
But-
so we don't want that.
Oh,
But if you throw it...
Mm.
Oh, come on.
throw it on the phone, and then it catches the phone, and then it like breaks the phone.
We just gotta get Pornhub down, and that'll just get everyone out of their houses.
They'll get the hermits out, which is like 30% of the population. Now, combine that with the other men, that brings us to about a nice 75-8%. Still got 20% to deal with.
I'd be pretty grossed out if somebody threw a steak at me.
Especially someone you didn't know just walked into your house and was just like, "Whoa!" and then just threw this piece of meat at you.
I've got a lot of
Why would I
vegan
waste good
friends,
steak?
and I don't eat that much meat. I like it every now and then, though, but, like... Even worse than the most militant, annoying vegan are those people that go to, like a vegetarian or vegan festival and just eats a raw steak. I don't think that's funny. I think that's
Okay,
retarded.
that's just dumb.
It's like this one dude who just looked like... Have you guys ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
I actually have it on DVD.
Have you watched it, though?
No.
It's a really good movie. You'll love that movie. Why
I
haven't
know,
you watched that movie?
You too, and then it's just like, oh shit, I forgot. Oh shit, I fell asleep. Oh shit, I got too drunk.
I might have watched that movie more than any other movie in my life, dude. And if you watch it, you'll understand why. Anyway, Watch that movie. Tobey Maguire is in that movie, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, and he's like super young, but more than that, he's got like long white hair. He's kind of albino looking. He's kind of like got a really big forehead, like he's balding or something like that. It's pretty dreadful to look at. But in general, I forget what my point was. What were we talking about again?
It's a good movie.
No, the point greater than the movie.
Part of our
Throwing
plan to
steak
get
at people.
throwing rank meat at people.
Oh no, wait, no. Eating.
Oh, yeah, that's
was
right,
even
yeah.
More annoying than militant vegans.
The guy that I was talking about that went to like a I don't think it was a vegan festival. I think it was just like vegetarian for some reason. But yeah, he looked like that. He just looked like a guy from the Lord of the Rings that was possessed by something. Just a doof-ass, gross-looking dude that I wouldn't fuck if I was any girl ever. And he's just sitting there munching a straight raw steak, and that just makes me think, ugh.
Jesus.
Because I don't care how much you like your meat. I still shun a little bit. I shudder a little bit at blue steaks, but straight raw, that's gross, man. Like, just go bite into a fucking animal, then you savage.
I'll do it. I love it. The only reason I stopped doing it around here is because no one around here can basically cook a steak blue. In fact, when I go to Hogs Rest and I used to do it, they would literally all just look at me like I was some monster, and they'd be like, "Please, that means we have to cook something from scratch." I'm like, "Yep, do it."
Yeah, but dude, there's a difference between blue and raw. It might only be a few seconds, but it's a difference. Like
There's-
blood
yeah.
dribbling down his face. That's not hot at all because it hasn't. It's like cold because it's come out of the frickin' freezer. He's like holding it, and it's like the size of a dinner plate as well. Like it's a full dangling with sinew bit of meat, and he's just like, "Oh, fuck the vegans." Nom, 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 nom. And it's just
Well,
like,
there's a difference.
that's not
yeah.
trolling. That's just
God,
being a
I hope
shit
he gets
cunt.
worms.
He probably did. That's what I mean. Like, it's gross. You cook food for a reason, so you don't get frickin' parasites and shit. Ooh, new helmet. Oh, it's crap though. I better grab it. I hope he gets worms. But yeah, like, so, yeah, militant vegans are annoying, but the answer to annoying isn't more annoying, because then the people on the side that aren't being annoying will just see two annoying people. So yeah, militant vegans, cut out your shit. Dickhead meat eaters, settle the fuck down. We're all sick of your shit. Just stop it. I don't think many frickin' meat eaters are really against veganism so much as they're socially ingrained to eat meat, because that's just part of society. And I don't think a lot of vegans are specifically against people eating meat as much as they are against cruel as fuck conditions in factory farming and shit. Which nobody can really argue against because it's fucked. It just is. Melting
It is very fucked.
melting a live chicken's beak shut, like, that's fucking harsh. Like, why? It's unnecessary. If you're gonna cut off its head, why do you have to melt its fucking face shut as well? Like, no. So fuck factory farming. More vegan options, and then everybody just eat whatever. Eat a Rebel Whopper, but then eat a Bacon Deluxe as well, and shut the fuck up because they don't give a fuck about what you're eating. But animal cruelty isn't cool.
Yeah, agree, Ben. The way I said is, the more you people don't eat meat, the more meat I get to eat. So
I just disagree with the
continue
whole
not
factor.
eating meat, so I can continue eating meat. Thank you.
Like, I don't mind vegan, vegetarian. That's fine by me. Like, we try to do meat-free Mondays. Like, that's just a thing. Meat's expensive as, but
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
it. Keep it
agree.
fucking real.
I don't agree with the whole concept of why, if you're trying to avoid meat and you're trying to not eat animal products, why would you then go and eat like meat replacement products that are meant to imitate meat? Like
bacon style strips.
I'll tell you why. They do it
it's not
because
delicious.
No.
But
You're forgetting the fact that they're trying to wean other people off meat as much. So it's like, people are eating fucking, I don't know, lentil beans, being like, oh, I miss bacon. But like, that way, it's kind of like a crutch, like, it's like a step down, you know what I mean? That's
it's
why.
meat's
I get
not
what
an
you mean.
addiction either. It's not crack. Trust me. If it was, I'd be a happier guy.
Tell
However,
that dude that's fucking choking down a raw steak. People
He's
are
just
dicks about it,
dick.
man. Everybody's a
Like-
dick about everything. Well, not everybody,
yes,
but like
that's the
a
whole
lot
point.
of people are dicks.
Everyone's a fuckwit, so just make your fucking peace with it, deal, and you'll be right. Like, why are people such fuckwits?
Because most
Ma-
people are dumb, and like you can't have a conversation with them because their minds are made up beforehand. So it's like a tofu turkey, man. Like that existed before the big social movement of veganism. Like veganism
I
has
remember
existed
that.
for a long time, but before it became like a big thing in the public eye, like there was still like things like that. Because there are actually people out there that can't eat meat, and there's people out there that can't eat gluten. But then it became a trend, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm,
100%.
I understand that. It's just I just don't get the obsession. Like I ran a vegan cafe, and you put all this nice vegan like proper food in front of people, and they're like, "Nah, mate, I just want a chicken burger." And that's what they want. Like they just want fake. They want fake food. I'm like, and that's speaking of like the majority of people that come through.
It's because people are dicks,
Like-
man. It literally is just that.
That's my frustration. I'm like, you at least eat properly. Like, yeah, okay, everyone's entitled to fast food occasionally, but you see the same dickheads come in and order the same shit over and over, and you wonder how the fuck are you still alive?
I do it. When I go to get like my HJs before work, I order the exact same thing. And you know why? Because eventually I went there so much I didn't actually have to say anything. I could literally walk up to the front counter, they would put the order in, I would look down and I would pay for it. There was no words discussed. It was a beautiful transaction. I nearly fell in love with the girl who served me because she just said nothing.
But I'm talking about all the fact that you're looking at a fast food place compared to a cafe or restaurant that you go out to sit at. Like we were making proper food. Why? Anyway, that's the end of my rant of I don't understand people.
It's just because you gotta wean. Like, remember, man, that most people are dumb, which is why you need to tell them to wear a seatbelt. It's why you need to make a law. You should just have a seatbelt there. You probably wouldn't even need a seatbelt if people could just drive without killing each other. But they needed to make a seatbelt first because people are dumb. Then they needed to make it law to wear it because people are still dumb. And then they started drink driving because they're dumb, so they needed to make a law against it. That's why on the bottom of your toaster it tells you not to put a fucking fork in there, because people are dumb. Humanity is only as fast as the lowest common denominator, sadly. And that's kind of where we're at. And that's why you need to have things like vegan bacon, because people need to be like, hey, it's okay, there's a vegan option for bacon, when they could just be eating like a fucking croquet fucking
No, someone just needs to
potato
go
or
up
some
to them
shit.
and just be like, no, if you want to eat bacon, go fucking eat some bacon. If you want to eat something that's fucking
No,
vegetarian,
'cause that's
here's a fucking
that's
thing of lentil
unreasonable,
beans.
man.
Make your peace with it. Here's some herbs. Like, I guarantee there's probably like 7,000 ancient fucking ways that would make some crazy lentil soup.
Yeah,
If you
but
want
the
bacon,
problem with that,
bacon. You
and
take, don't sit there and be like, yo, here's your bacon style strips. We're going to try and make it so close to bacon. No. If you want bacon, you need to accept the fact something's going to die. Odds are it's probably going to die horrifically because people are fucked. But you just have to ignore that shit, put it in your mouth, and go yum yum.
here's why that's unreasonable. Because
I-
you're ranting at vegans when the reason those things exist are for the people in between meat eaters and vegans.
It's not crack.
Dude,
It's not a drug. You don't need to be weaned off it.
neither
I
is
get what-
neither is weed. It's not addictive, but there's still plenty of motherfuckers that are just like, no, I need it to sleep. And yeah, some people do need aid sleeping, but they have a crutch, and that is it. It's the same shit for people get addicted to the ritual of things. Like, it doesn't have addictive additives in it, but it's like, I have a smoke after work because it lets me fucking like come down, or I need to have a beer every now and then because it like relaxes me and shit. And people get addicted to that relaxation, and people do that shit with food as well.
Okay,
They'll be
the
like,
ritual thing, right? That makes sense. I'll give you. I legit did not think of that at all.
they'll
Fair
be
call.
they'll be like, fucking, no man, I need ice cream because it makes me think of me mum. who's apparently a pirate or some shit in another country or dead or some shit. Like, I don't know. People are it all comes down to people are dumb. Like, I know why you need to have fucking vegan bacon. It's stupid. Yes, they should just have vegan foods. Like, obviously. But you also got to remember that if they've got a restaurant, right, and they've got vegan bacon there, the reason they have that there is because a person will come in and be like, oh, what food have you got? And they'll be like, oh, we've got fucking latkes and we've got potato soups and shit like that. And they'll be like, no, where's the real food? Because people are fucking idiots.
That's the concerning thing. They think that that's real food.
Yeah,
It's
but it's too late for them, man. Like, the reason they have it there is to wean people onto the real food, because most people are fucking idiots. Like, I like meat, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know what I want most of the time before I order. But, like, I'm also open-minded enough to be like, yeah, vegetables are good. But you are dealing with the kinds of people that are like, as if you'd eat vegetables! And they're eating fucking fries with their burger like it's not the same fucking thing. Nah, potatoes aren't real fruit.
yeah,
they're
those people
not
are
real
idiots.
fruit at all. You are correct.
Yeah, I know, but they're dumb and they will say things like that.
They-
That was
They
intentional.
would. They would. That's the problem. Is that it's not even a joke. Not even a joke.
It's fucked. The main reason for me, like, that I am very open to, like, a lot of vegan styles is because I like vegetables, for one. Factory farming is undeniably fucked. But the most
Yes.
fucked thing is the supply and demand of meat is literally affecting climate change because you have so much of the world specifically bought up and flatlanded just so that they can put a shit ton of cows there that are going to be dead in a year. And they're all sitting there farting into the fucking atmosphere, producing more methane in a year than fucking decades beforehand. Like, right now, there is more land populated by fucking cows and shit than there is forests. And that's fucked up.
And the other fucked up thing is though, like the reason that we have so much meat is because look at menus of like cafes and restaurants. You look at the sizes of the steak, like 150 grams, 200 grams. That's a reasonable amount of meat. But then you have this 450, 600, 1.2 kilo challenge of meat that people don't finish, and it's wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, okay, agree. Especially when you get those challenges, there should be some clause like, no, you are gonna eat this. We will bag you this. You are taking it home. We will check your
like,
stool and
but
you will eat the meat.
Meanwhile, the
stupid,
rest of the
though.
world is starving.
Exactly. Like, it's just stupid. Like, why? Like, yeah, cool. Let's order a 1.2 kilo steak between 3 or 4 of us. Like, it's not stupid to do that. But then to order it just for yourself, you go, oh, look at me. I just chowed down 1.2 kilos of steak plus the chip. Big whoop. Who cares?
It's the flailings of late stage capitalism for you. The got mine mentality. Who gives a fuck if the rest of the world is starving as long as I have all the steak? And, like, don't get me wrong, it's important to, care about your own interests and shit, but there is enough to go around. But instead, we have a handful of rich cunts. Like, how is them giving themselves all of this money just because? How is that really even capitalism? Capitalism is so full of fucking holes. And I'm not gonna try and get too political here, but, like, there's no fucking balance here. You have people working 9 to 5, and then the economy is still fucked anyway. So it's like, okay, then shouldn't that mean that things should be patched so I can work 9 to 5, get enough money to spend money on things so the economy is in circulation, and then those rich people are like, no, fuck you, we've got the money, lol. And that's the end of that. That's the
Yep.
problem. It's the people at the top, and they keep just shifting blame to the people at the bottom. It's the immigrants. It's the poor. It's the dole bludgers. And it's like, no, you are taking more money than all of us need to survive. If we ate them, and I mean their face, physically, and then
There
took
would
their
be a
money,
lot of
we
spare
would
money
be
around.
fine.
But and like speaking of the whole dole, like, do you know how hard it is to get off the dole for a lot of people? Like, there's people that that I know personally that have like kids and stuff and they're single parents, and for them to get a full-time job, they'd be $50 better off working a 38-hour week, but that's not including paying for their fuel or travel costs.
Yeah, all the work
So
expenses,
what?
kid expenses.
Like, how can they? Yeah, kids in daycare, all that. Like, how can you justify that to work to earn the exact same as you are on your minimal wage, and
Yeah.
you don't end up on the top, and you lose time with your family? Like, that's important.
It's the struggles of the minority. Well, actually, sorry, the majority. But then there's all of those people just getting sucked into... It's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of people are like, oh, you know, rich people shouldn't have to pay their fair share of taxes because maybe one day I'll be rich. That's the mentality.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, but you're never going to be rich because the system is made to not let you. You are working, you are breaking even, you don't make enough money to put in savings, so how are you ever going to be rich? Oh yeah, but maybe. And it's like, well, if that's the kind of rich person you're going to be, you don't deserve to be rich anyway. If you only care about yourself, like, it's obviously important to care about your own interests and shit, but like, you gotta give back. You can't take from society and then refuse to give back, because that's how it doesn't work.
Yep.
That's the whole point of taxes. And yeah, it sucks having to pay taxes, but you know what's awesome? Having roads to drive on, having, like, shopping centers, having fire departments to, you know, put out your country when it's on fire.
Yeah,
wait,
just
no,
a couple
we
of
just
little
put
examples, you know?
BMWs instead.
Having police to come to your rescue when you're getting gang raped by 8 Arca clones. It's alright, you weren't involved. It was just your clones.
It was just the clones, but of course they all conveniently disappear when everyone comes and knocking.
Fuck. They fell in with a bad crowd, man.
They did. They got on the crystal way too early.
The irony is you were the one getting raped.
Yeah, they're all.
He looked like this! They take you away in cuffs. This is bullshit!
I'm the one getting touched here.
And then there's that one cop that's like, you've been touching yourself. That sounds like a moral quandary as well, like, what if you get raped by your clone?
The clones are clearly responsible. Like, if they have the sentient to know what to do or to do something, they're sentient to be.
But if you have sex with your clone, is it incest or masturbation? Or is it neither?
Ah, okay.
No, because they're a separate
as a pickup
sentient.
line. So
yeah, but
wait
it's
for
still
it.
you.
Wait.
Yeah, but no, it's not you because they are a clone of you. They have a different sentient, like they're different minds. Yes,
From the literal second that they are created and they are not you.
But what if it's a perfect clone?
Experiencing their own different, like their own.
All your memories are exactly the
okay.
same.
But the literal fact that as soon as you guys wake up, you're in 2 separate cloning places, obviously, because you'd be getting copied and it'd be in some kind of birthing. So it's automatically got a different experience right there from that point forward.
So it's incest then.
Yes.
But it's not your sibling. It's you.
Well, it's the same thing. No, but it would be the same thing.
It'd be kin, but it wouldn't be a. Oh.
The moral quandary.
Would it be civil? I mean, it's incestuous, but I guess you gotta know like what brand of incestuous.
I love that it's one of those episodes.
Man, we haven't had one for a while, have we? We've been all been pretty like chill and yeah, and now we need to get it out of our system.
Veganism, clone rape.
Clone rape.
No.
Because that'd be a clickbaity title.
And it's not like the clones are getting raped. The clones are doing the raping. So, Ark's the real victim here.
Aww.
I mean, like, I guess, like, if it was, like, masturbation, it'd have to be, like, mutual masturbation. Because if it's a perfect copy of your hand, it's still a separate entity. But at the same time, it's also still you. I think they just need to make up a new term. Like, it's the only way.
See, once upon a time, I have argued
Clonecest.
to someone else, because someone came up, and there was this girl that I fancied in high school, and it was pretty much something came up, and it was like, oh, I threw like a Tasmanian sibling joke in there, or she did, and then basically we looked at each other, like, is it masturbation or is it incest? And for the sole purpose of, like, you know, trying to further one's intentions, I was like, I totally argue that it was masturbation. you know, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
You just want to have sex with your clone, admit it.
And here's another question, like, especially if, you know, with the straight, what if it's a gender bent clone? Like, what if they just went, yo, but we've just done this? It's like, would you? And then would it be masturbation? Would it be incest? Would it just be sex?
But then it's like, it can't be incest because it didn't come out of your mother. Because then, like, it would be
But
like...
if it's so genetically close and all you're doing is replacing, you know, testosterone and estrogen. Obviously, I'm going very broad strokes here, folks. Very broad strokes with science. It's like, what if it was just like, yo, here's a button. We're just going to reverse everything. Voila. I guess A also would be, how would you obviously look obviously gender bent? You might not have a form rather, like, fitting for a woman. You might have, like, a... Or you might just rather be, like, a rather butch-looking female. You might...
It has to be. It has to be a
Snapchat
perfect. It has to be a perfect clone. Because otherwise, that defeats the purpose of the argument.
But
if,
then you'd just be looking at you, and then you'd just be just different pair of bits downstairs. But I guess that would work for argument's sake. I see where you go.
well, think about it like this: if it's your twin sibling, that isn't a clone because they're still different. You know, like a lot of twins. A lot of twins are identical, but at the same time, they have subtle differences. So they're not a perfect clone, and they're not a clone, and they don't have your memories and experiences.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like this also ties back into the original argument of clone. Yes. Okay, I see where you're coming from.
so I don't think it could be masturbation because it's like a separate person, unless they're jacking you off.
Unless it's a Dutch rudder.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I don't think it could be considered incest because I'm assuming that your mother didn't bore this clone, especially like now, because otherwise the clone of you would be a baby. Like I'm assuming it's popped out of a human bat and it's been fast aged to be the same age as you.
In saying that, isn't the fact that incest, like, isn't that generally to do with genetics though as well? Like, it's not just the fact that.
Yeah, but it gets weaker through generations. So like, if you were to have sex with a member of your family, but there is so many generations between it, then it's not incest anymore because it's like being watered down.
But then, put in perspective, I'm adopted.
Yeah, but
so is it then still?
So then,
dude, I'm really trying to steer this away from. I'm trying to steer this away from you having sex with one of your daughter's daughters, because that makes it weird. If it's some fucking relative that you quote unquote don't know and have never met, that way it's easier and we don't have to have this moment.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about children. I was talking about like, as in the fact that if you're talking about, I can't be bothered anymore.
No, like it has to be. If we're talking about like the genetics of it, like I think it's like 5 to 7 generations later, and you're not going to have a child with a face on the side of its head.
But that's like 5 to 7 generations of breeding with people with another face on the side of the head.
No, not incest the whole way, dude. I'm talking about if you fuck your great granddaughter or son. But either way, like, yeah, like it waters down because otherwise all dogs would be like trembling chihuahuas genetically, like a genetic mess. Like it's selective breeding. Oh shit. Run away from the pirates. Run away from the pirates.
I feel like this could make like the subject of a really fucked up sci-fi horror movie.
I'm sure it has been at some point.
Yeah, it probably has been, and it's probably already been like, well, 1,000 plus porn parodies.
Well,
come on, man, that's an understatement. Come on.
Have you seen Netflix's Living with Yourself?
No.
So Paul Rudd.
Does it answer my question?
Wait.
I feel like it's going to.
I heard Paul Rudd, and I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's got Paul Rudd in it, who plays Ant-Man for people who are watching. And he literally goes Ant-Man.
A-U-N-T. It's incest, remember?
Yeah. Well, no, it becomes like that because he literally goes to a spa and he gets a clone of himself. But that's like
sounds
the first
great.
Episode. And the cloning went wrong, and one of them's meant to die, and he doesn't die. They just bury him alive. So he comes back home and finds out that his clone, who's meant to be the better version of himself, has taken over his life. And there's now 2 of them, because he's meant to be dead.
It's one way to get out of your obligations.
Yeah, but the clone's better at everything than he is. So, it's funny. Anyway, you should watch it.
But at the same time, like, wouldn't you be able, if it's you, you'd be able to reason with yourself. Just be like, look, dude, I'm feeling all this shit, and they would know better than anyone what that feels like.
Yeah, but what if you hate yourself before then? Then you just feel like you can just get fucked.
I wouldn't.
also
I'd be like
married.
fucking roommate for life.
Oh, hell no. I'd be like, cunt, you need to get the fuck away. Get your
He's
shit-
also married.
Dude, you could
Hey.
also have, like, yeah, but come on, if it's just you.
But how do you think the wife would... He's married.
Stoked, because she gets double the dickin' and double the bacon.
I think that's the problem. Anyway,
Double the trouble and double the fun. One in the pussy
how would
and
you-
one in the bum.
how would you feel if your clone was messing with your wife?
I'm poly.
Okay.
Which would then add another question in itself again. If
Well-
there's 2 of you and then one of your partner, is it
What if-
still
what-
technically a poly relationship?
I would bang me. And maybe
So-
not, to answer your
what if-
question.
What if your wife was banging your clone, and you're like, hey, but I want to go, and then she's like, no, because I'm with this clone right now. You have to wait.
I would lick my clone's asshole. It's me,
I don't know what
dude.
you said on that topic.
It's me, dude. I don't give a shit. It's just another me. I'd be like, hey, dude. And he'd be like, whoa, yo, what's up? I'd come in and give that... I would hold that motherfucker a KFC chicken leg. Be like, here, have some. And then I would smack him on the ass and be like, wait, do you guys mind if I record this? And they'd be like, you're not? What the fuck? I don't think you guys understand me very well.
I somehow think we're up to 3 clones in your scenario.
I would be totally okay with that. I would totally live with my clone. Ark, you gotta look at it like this. Yes, you like alone time, but imagine also that your clone would like alone time, and that if you both had the same job, you'd both be able to get a house
That
together.
would be even worse.
No, you'd have your own room, and he would fucking stay in his forever, and you'd stay in yours. But if you ran out of weed, you could fucking ask that dude if he had any left. And if you
No.
were short on bills, like, you could share everything.
Yeah, but if two of me were working at the one place.
No, you don't clone your job. He'd get a similar
Oh.
job.
Okay, that's like, I'm just imagining, like, people are, like, go anywhere between, like, curious to worried to scared of me at my workplace. And that's just one of me. I don't need 2, especially if the other one starts doing shit that I'm not aware of. Like, hey, guess what, Josh, your other clone came in the other day and started to kick a couple people in the dick. It's just like, oh, okay.
Dude, get in lockstep with your boy, because then you'd be like, man, we could take over this fucking place. They could be scared of both of us. You'd walk through the halls, one could look one way, you could look the other. People just, like, scared, cowering, throwing money in your path.
On a side note, Shade, where are you in the quest line? Because I'm up to Brave Flocks long.
Oh,
Deliv-
Jesus, you've been going. I've been cleaning up side quests waiting for Shade to catch up.
Deliver the
What?
blood
Wait.
to U Older Nun, the Drake exception.
Wait, did
Yep.
did you get the Blade Flocks? As in, we've unlocked Blade Flocks before the Primal?
Yep.
Holy shit!
Blade Flocks is next. Brave Flocks is next.
I don't know what you're talking
right.
about.
It's the next dungeon. It's like my favorite dungeon,
Oh, nice.
or one
Oh,
of my
yes.
favorites, because it's just got.
Um,
That's where your more unique looking gear starts usually kicking in. Like, I tend to feel like the first few sets of dungeons like tend to have the same gear, so it's like. I think I've gone over this race. Natasha and I think like Copperbell or whatever, like they'll have like dock doors or whatever, and then obviously the next couple of dungeons have their own gear. But I feel like it's so from here on out, every sort of dungeon has its own gear set for the most part.
Shade's about 10 minutes from finishing, getting up to where I am. Quest-wise. What? Shade, you're about 10 minutes from getting up to my quest.
I didn't say huh, I was laughing.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
This is
All I
like
heard was
10.
It was the
Oh.
equivalent of quack quack quack.
Ah, because I only heard qua.
I I
It
I
was
didn't even
very
say.
separate.
I didn't even. I said it was the equivalent. I didn't say that. I said hurr, 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 hurr.
His quacker is
Because
broken.
I heard like the first and the last of your thing, so that's why I was like, "Whoa."
I'm confused, and now I want to lick my own bum hole. Why did I have to
White
take it there?
dog. Get it? Because dogs lick their own ass.
Oh, dude,
Um,
we'd both be the pastiest freaking people ever. It'd be a white pack.
Just circle jerk the whole time.
It'd be a short circle. Just me and myself. I'd need a third, come on. Then you can have me, myself, and I. You take that joke with you to the grave.
Oh god, no!
Who's coming to the party? Me, myself, and I. Oh, okay, cool. Why is there only one table set? You said me, myself, and I. It wasn't a joke. Literally, me, myself, I. Get the next table set.
As much as I hate myself a lot, and I do, I would love to have other me's. Like, I wouldn't do the thing that has been done in cartoons since the beginning of any sort of media and just be like, oh yeah, one of yous can do all of the work and I'll get to do all the fun. No, like, that would be splitting my rent 3 ways. I can definitely go for that. That would rule.
Can you imagine how much gaming content you could get up?
Somebody
All 3
else
of
could
you.
record. Fuck that. What is this guy's deal? Oh, I think I need to confront him with furious anger. Yep. Get out of here. Oh, I get it. They're perverts. Yeah, that's not cool, dude. Get out of here.
Ah, you're down here too.
Yeah, I told you, he's like 10 minutes.
I'm down here. I'm cleaning up side quests.
Laboring lad. Well, you're not laboring very well if you're perving on people while they're having a bath, you creep.
Yeah, fucking toss.
Like, how hard is it to just be like that with the person that you're with? Like, come on, man.
Well, I'm assuming that all these people are just single.
Yeah, but you don't have to be a creep.
No.
How often do you see white mages, like, in general?
I don't know. Did you find a guild of them?
Well, there's literally 3 white mages standing at the entrance of the dungeon.
I wish there was a guild of white mages. Literally titled that, the Guild of White Mages.
Just filled with nothing but white mages.
Yeah, there's 3 level 50 white mages.
Jesus. Why?
That's another one. It'd rule if you weren't bound to the whole tank DPS thing, and you could have one white mage as DPS, one constantly casting enough buffs to technically be a tank at least.
I wonder if you walked into a dungeon, if you'd have to respect the Trinity rule. Instead of using the finder, you just walk into the dungeon. Yeah, you can.
I think you just press it and it automatically opens the duty finder.
Ah, feck.
Yes, it opens the duty finder.
Feck. Well, that's that plan out the fucking window.
That sucks as well, because it means that you can't go in there alone. Because, like, I'm sure by endgame you could walk into the first dungeon one man.
Even though you get level.
Free company standing with the flames is increased to recognize.
Yep, I saw that too.
Hello, Flame Senpai, noticed me.
Does that mean we're ranked 3 now?
No, because you can increase your reputation rankings with the free companies as well.
My other character is with the serpents as well, and yours would be with the other one, wouldn't it?
Actually, no, I think my main dude is flames as well, just because of ease of access. Pretty sure I'm a second flame lieutenant or something like that. I went up a few ranks. Nothing too hectic though.
I wonder how far away I am from catching up with Graham.
Actually, I gotta stop doing these side quests and actually get back to the main quest. Now I'm the one starting to lag behind.
Yes, you are.
Alright, I'm just gonna kill this guy. I can't be bothered trying to put it in my bag. Get in the bag. Alright, logs. Changing of the card.
What's the How do you look at your free company stuff? Where's
Social. Sorry, it's the social tab. I'm not sure what it would be for the PC.
It's okay, I can find it. Found it. Don't stress.
Good.
Oh, Shade, you're 37.
Yes.
Oh, we caught up, eh?
And I got a full bar of green too. Giggity.
Excellent.
Assuming that you have sex with weed. Giggity.
That would be very messy and what I feel would be a waste.
I don't know.
Wait,
Gotta get it into
only
your
two of
bloodstream
us.
somehow.
No, not up the PP hole.
No,
What
into
is-
the PP vein.
No, oh yeah, injecting. We're going to inject the marijuanas.
Yeah.
Get next level here.
Gotta be careful though, you might overdose.
The fear is always real.
The joke is, Grim, that you can't overdose on marijuana.
Yeah, I know. I get the. I got the joke.
Sweet.
I'm not special.
I'm special.
I'm gonna inject 4 marijuanas into my dick vein.
Yeah, that is next level junkie. Like, wow. Like, I don't like needles at all, but
No,
like
I
the
fucking
last
the
place I'd want
worst.
to take one is straight in the dick vein.
dick. Fuck that.
Yeah, it sucks.
Have you had a vasectomy?
Yeah.
Yep, I've had full local anesthetics to my balls.
Tingle balls.
Well,
Tingle bells.
you know what makes it worse? I had 3 to start with, and then it took so long to do it because
You had 3 balls.
no, 3 local anesthetics, and then there was a few minor complications, and
Now you have 3 balls?
no, I had to have a 4th needle straight
Fourth
through
ball?
my ball sack.
Jeez.
It sucks. Although,
So
the
even
medication,
even if you didn't have a vasectomy by that stage, if you just had that much anesthetic shot into your balls, I'm just assuming you'd be shooting nothing but pure anesthetical cum. Just put
So,
people to sleep. Just
the takeaway here is Grim has 5 balls.
all filled with anesthetic laced semen.
Got it.
But none of
6
them-
balls,
none of
like a thing of grapes.
none of them are connected anymore, so that's okay.
And if they did, all the anesthetic cum. Oh my god.
But seriously, like, you know, going back to the veganism side of thing, like, because my balls are cauterized, I'm like, just sniffing them. I'm like, do you smell pork? It really smells. Human flesh really smells like cooking pork.
Apparently it tastes really bad though. Super salty. And people with tattoos taste really bad because the tattoo ink taints their flavor, quote unquote. Wouldn't know these things without Jeffrey Dahmer and a bunch of freaking cannibals out there.
No, of course not.
But also, like, but if you like, you know, well, animals, they get tagged and stuff, and they get like some of them get tattoos and stuff because of the branding and shit.
Yeah, but a
Okay.
tiny little tattoo in the ear, as opposed to the ridiculous amounts of tattoos that people get, like full sleeves,
Well,
an entire
so-
back job.
so what I'm hearing is that if I don't want to get eaten by a cannibal, just cover myself in tattoos. Gotcha.
That's the plan.
Or at least get enough of them. Definitely tattoo a lightning bolt on your dick. Because then when you put lube on, you can be like, Grease lightning!
Well, if you were a monk, you would be the one that would be doing that.
Did you say a monk?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got it now.
Haha!
I totally thought of like a Tibetan monk. Greasing himself up, screaming that to himself.
Grease lightning!
Oh man.
Anyway.
Did you hear about that monk who got busted, by the way, for making like hundreds and hundreds of videos of porn of him just having sex with random people? He was bringing people into his own temple and just like sex partying it up. Like was pretending to be a monk essentially, like shaved head, robes, everything, but then just like not adhering to any of the values whatsoever. All behind the scenes, just debaucherous as fuck.
So a try hard is what I'm hearing.
It's kind of funny though.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if I had the opportunity to exploit something like that, I probably would. I'm
Yeah.
a man of base desire.
But at the same time, like, monks aren't high on the list of sexy for me.
Also, if you can sort of convince a monk or someone to have sex with a monk, I mean, I don't feel like people know too much about what a monk's about.
But what if they were hot? I feel like that's what most people care about.
Oh,
Is it a hot monk?
I got destroyed by a hot monk instead of a hot
Destroyed. Jesus. My asshole is demolished.
from this hot monk.
My vagina is devastated.
The only way I get feeling is if I put these cayenne peppers and crush them.
My uterus is scorched earth.
He cleansed me with his holy water.
Oh god. What is wrong with us this episode?
He said I'd
good.
become a virgin again.
I don't have that.
His dickhead holy peppers.
Oh, that's terrible. You know, that's probably the whole mentality that those creepy pedo priests use as well.
Probably.
Abusing their position of authority. God says, send nudes.
God says I have to slide into your DMs.
Do you want to pray with me? You have to pray with your feet. Oh, so bad.
Closer. Closer. Stand in between them. No, never mind. Hey, are your eyes closed?
Open your mouth, for God, I mean. Close your eyes.
Not me. This is purely God doing this.
Why have you got a Wienermobile?
Oh.
Oh yeah, I guess we can join parties now. Yeah, but why do you have a Wienermobile and where did you get it?
But why?
Did you buy the Wienermobile?
No.
How much did it cost?
7 wieners.
$7 Wienermobile. You're literally driving a cock. And even though that's great, how much was the other motorbike? Or was that the motorbike you were talking about? Because I was talking about Clouds.
Oh, that one was I think €25, €24 to buy the Clouds bike. That one
What
I
the
got
fuck?
from yeah.
25 bucks. It's a mount.
€25 as well. So.
Oh shit, that's like freaking 35 bucks. That's ridiculous. That's like more than the base game, which is 20 bucks. That's ridiculous.
Actually, how long do we have left on this app? I actually forgot to put my timer on. Da da da.
A little ways, but I'm trying to catch up to Grim. We can go a little bit over time. And if we're caught up, then we're good to go. And plus, we all know what's going to happen in the next episode.
Oh, I was just gonna say I got my food ready. I got the text message. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
just curious.
Oh, like a minute or two. Or 3.
Oh, we're nearly done. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops.
This episode flew.
That's what happens when you talk about vegan clones fucking each other.
Not even vegans, just not even vegan clones, just vegans and then clones. And then the complications and the implications of sex with clones.
And then is it sex with yourself or is it not? What is it?
Just gotta iron out the details for future reference.
For this real bitchin' sci-fi opera that I'm writing.
I gotta get really, really, like... I really gotta know what's up before I go and fuck myself, you know?
So,
Oi.
that's not many questions
That are
now.
all my fucking Drake.
So many questions.
So many questions.
And you'll get probably none of the answers.
I will at some point in my life.
But not today. Most certainly not today.
I don't think you'll ever get the questions Well, you'll get the questions. I don't think you'll ever get the answers until you're in the position to do it. With yourself. Giggity. Oh, yuck. Why do the sandworms have legs? That makes them not worms.
Why, it's worm with a U.
Otherwise, it's just like a big old chunky fucking millipede.
No, you slut!
What happened?
Oh, I'm trying to do the quest to kill the Sundrakes, and like literally like people are like on top of all the Sundrakes at the moment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just get a hit on them and it counts.
No, I can't. Like the people are literally spawning on top of them and going, bam, mine. It's like, fuck you, you slut.
Jesus. Uh-huh, you missed me.
Who missed you?
A worm with little stabby hands. And the character models in this game still look good now.
Ha!
It's a
I got
10-year-old
one.
game.
Fuck you. Is it 10 years old this year?
It came out in 2010, and then got re-released
wait.
as a Realm Reborn in 2013.
Oh, okay. Also, yeah, because obviously when they did AR, they upped the graphics and all that sort of shit.
But
So
yeah,
this version's been going for 7 years, and it still holds up on current gen too. That's
but this was still like the original version, just redone. So it's still a 10-year-old game.
It's an amazing 10-year-old game. Like, you wouldn't have many that actually hold up this well.
It looks better than a lot of MMOs that came out like in the last few years.
Well, look at ESO for one. There's no, I don't feel that's anywhere near as pretty as this.
no, god no. This is like the prettiest RPG, probably with like it even probably be able to hold a candle to like Terror and like the hyper shiny, super sparkly bloody Korean RPG that they all have.
I am jealous of Korean's delicious internet.
Oh yes.
Because of the 62 countries that are ahead of Australia's internet. 62.
Including Romania.
Jesus.
Which is
Yeah.
which is
We're
not a first
not
world
saying
country.
anything against Romania. Like, don't get us wrong. It's just that well, economy and stuff's a little stronger.
My mum was literally in Romania like 2 months ago, and they have fiber to the house in like 400-year-old houses.
I want Romanian food.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
She's like, the
Oh.
houses are like, so old. They're like beautiful houses. They're just amazingly crafted, but they all have fiber to the house. I'm like, you're kidding.
That's not fair.
It's not. It is so not. Because they still have they have cows and animals just walking down the street, like people
Yet
with carts. and
fiber to the house.
Yep.
I could deal with living out in the farm if I had fucking fiber to the house. I'd be like, fine, whatever. Put some Spotify on while I go milk a fucking cow. Like,
and
whatever.
aircon. That one too.
Oh, and aircon. Yeah, good point. Want to actually be able to sleep at night and not hate my life.
And at least a train line to somewhere where you can go and get like food and stuff.
Oh hell no! Yeah, I'd get a horse. I'd deal with that.
Yeah, but it has to be still like not a 20-hour trek to the next town.
I would accept a 1-hour ride each way maximum
Yeah, on an air-conditioned train.
on an air-conditioned horse.
I'm too tender for not the first world. Okay.
Air-conditioned horse and car. You need something to cart your stuff back in.
That horse would be
thing
covered
being
in
me.
hoses.
I will be in the cart. I'll get a chariot. I feel like I'm leaning towards a chariot here. I'm gonna get a chariot.
The planet
Okay.
area.
Oh, man. The Novice Network is ripping apart our Prime Minister.
Oh, how do I join the Novice Network? I should do that between episodes.
I know there's a mentor place near Statasha.
Costa Del Sol.
So if you go to Aleport. Fucking ScoMo.
Well, yeah, fancy being the leader of a country and then just leaving it to burn. You know how much crap Trump copped just over his, like, late actions on the fires in California? And California, like, was less land burned than the Congo. And we're at 12 million hectares. which
Yeah,
is
it's fucking
which is
nuts.
way more than the Congo. It's
where is it
literally
now?
a country on fire.
Not to interrupt.
I am just handing over some Onyx brand wine.
God damn, I need one more Sundrake.
Things we do for cheese.
Yes,
Yep, alright.
that's the quest.
Is that what you're up to?
Yep, that's the quest.
Sweet. All right. Well, we can wrap it up now.
So there we go. Next episode, in between episodes, I'll catch up to get the cheese quest as well. And then next ep we do Bray Flox's Long Stop, which is another dungeon, but one that I actually like. So yes, if you like what you've seen here or what you've heard from our solo or any of our multiplayer content, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV, I'm Aki Sam. With me is Shaded and Grim. You're on DudeGoBack. Thanks for watching.
Join our
Peace.
company.